And it's showtime. At least that's what it tells me in the studio and here in StreamYard. Whenever there's a countdown, it's pretty cool. Whenever you schedule your live streams, it has a little countdown timer. So if you're back here in the green room, so to speak, and whenever it hits 0, it's like showtime. So you know it's time to go on. And let's see here, man. We've got several of you out there already. So thank you for joining us today. My name is Levi Lascsak, joined by Chrissy Owens.
Hello, hello.
Hello, hello. And this is Passive Prospecting, YouTube for Real Estate. Maybe I should get my prop up over here going. We got the book, the #1 Amazon bestseller, Passive Prospecting. So if you haven't picked up your copy yet, make sure you do that. And let's see here. What's new in your world, Chrissy?
Always making new improvements. Just got off the meeting with our team, and we're adding some new cool things to the video editing program. So we're excited about those things. Top secret.
All right. I'm sure we'll all know. Oh, well, can you tell me later?
Oh, I already talked to you about it.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha. Oh, that's stuff.
All the new processes in the back end. All good stuff.
I thought maybe it was new stuff since the last hour that we spoke.
No.
Okay. All right. Well, look at that. Alex already jumping in here. Hello, everyone. This is my first time here. Glad to be here. We're glad to have you here, Alex. Good to have you. So if you have any other questions, let us know. Let's see. And I got my door open today because it's beautiful outside.
Nice and bright.
Finally hitting that perfect spring weather here in Dallas. Although tomorrow it'll probably be 40 degrees. So
yep.
Who knows? It's one of those things where we can't get the AC or the heater right now. It's like cold in the morning. Got to turn on the heater, and then it's burning up by the afternoon. So,
yep.
So, all right. Buying a home in San Fernando Valley, moving to LA. Nice. Hi, Levi. My channel is growing. So happy. Awesome.
Yay.
Great to hear. Love that. And Diana, what's up, Diana? Hi, Levi and Chrissy. Huge fan. Awesome. Well, we're huge fans of yours as well. So good to see you there. Let's see here. Let me pull up my WhatsApp on my computer.
We had a couple of channels to review today.
It was giving me problems. So whenever you log in, yeah, I don't get this. It gives me a QR code when I try to log in on WhatsApp on the computer. You know, a QR code to link.
Yeah.
Link automatically, but it keeps taking me to. First, it was taking me to the IRS earlier, and I tried it like 3 different times. I scanned the QR code, and it kept taking me to the IRS, and I'm thinking, "Uh-oh, is something what's
weird.
going on?"
I haven't had any problems with WhatsApp today. That's weird.
Now this is the last couple of times I've tried this. It takes me to get the answer you're looking for added to the web. Your question will be shared with online publishers who may answer it. So it's like a
yikes. Sounds like there's a glitch going on somewhere in WhatsApp. That's really weird.
Then it's like nice. It has a little bullet point down here with my neighborhood on it that says based on your location right now.
That's a little sketchy. Well, do you need me to pull them up? I can screen share if you need me to.
Let me see. I'm going to try to just text them to myself. Since I have iMessaging, which comes with iPhones, where the messages can come on your computer and your phone, unlike those others.
Don't even say it.
Where you have to have WhatsApp and everything to communicate with people. Let's see.
Other Samsung users, I hear you. I see you.
So I'm just going to pull these over. Let's see. Who else we got? Let me pull over another one.
I'll pull up some quick comments while you're pulling that up.
Okay.
Hello from South Florida. Hello, hello. I bet you it's awesome down there right now. I'm in Georgia and it's beautiful here today. But we kind of have the same situation where it was 40, I think it was 42 this morning when I went to the gym, and now it's going to be, I think it's going to be almost 80 degrees today. Weird time of year.
Yeah, I remember going to school way back in the day as a kid, and I'd be wearing shorts and a t-shirt and a jacket. I'd wear like a big coat to school, and I just, my legs would suffer as I ran into the school. But I knew it's like by the time lunchtime came around, it was going to be hot. So
yep.
So let's see here. Diana, can I talk about how you found Travis? Did you split fifth? I found Travis on Tinder, actually. And yeah,
You swiped right.
Just kidding. Yeah, it was, on the business. No, I think that's the other one. Was it Bumble? Yeah, Bumble. Bumble, they have business, right? It's like dating, friends and business. Not that I know, but that's what I've been told. And no, I'm just kidding. Did not find him on there. I just met him randomly at a friend's house, and that was it. I tried out. The thing is with the partners, you definitely want to test that out in the beginning. Give it a trial run. The great thing about real estate is that you can do referrals. So send somebody a couple of referrals, see how they work. I started out with like 3 different agents whenever I got started. I had met Travis, but I didn't really know Travis. And he was just part of the 3 or 4 agents that I referred some of the initial deals to. And he ended up, he just did better than most of them. So actually the other ones just were, what happens is you go through a transaction or 2 with them, things start to break down, communication. A couple of them were getting upset because I was sharing referrals with other people. And I'm like, it's none of your business what I do anyways. And so, just those types of interactions as you get to know people, when you work with them more and more, true colors start to come out. And so the great thing is that you can do everything not on a permanent basis through real estate. You can literally do it transaction by transaction. So you could, you got to find somebody that I think has opposite strengths of yourself. You're aligned on vision and values, but you're opposite in strengths or things that are, can move the business along. I mean, if they can't move your business along, then I would not consider partnering. Now, the thing is partnering is a loose term as well, because you could partner with people and just refer them business. But if you're trying to solidify that or put that on paper, in documentation, those types of things, then you want to be very mindful of how you do that. And we worked together for about 8 to 9 months before we finalized anything. So really, even though we were partners, it wasn't official or on paper, or a business entity was not formed. So we just did referrals. And that was the other thing. A couple of other people I argued with, I want to say argued with, I had discussions. It's more like them arguing with me, because I said, look, I want to do 50-50 splits, because I'm not just going to give you one referral. I mean, if somebody gives you one referral a year, or, one referral period, well, yeah, then 25% is the normal. But if I'm going to give you 3 or 4 in a month, well, that's a different story. So I wasn't ready to start a team. I wasn't looking to start a team. I was looking to test out referral agents, consistent referral agents. And I think if you do provide them volume, they should be open to doing something like a 50-50 split. One guy argued with me and wanted regular 25%, wanted to just only give me 25%. I'm like, I'm not doing that. And then we ended up negotiating to 60-40, which I went to 40%, which I was reluctant on. But again, everything that happened with them anyways, attitude, communication broke down after, I think I did 2 deals with them. And after the second deal, I was kind of like, you know what? It's not worth it anyways. They haggled me on 40%, and they weren't fun to work with, and stopped updating me, communicating. And whenever I was trying to find out what's going on, would wait 2 or 3 days to reply to me, or just not at all. And I was just like, you know what? And they missed out. That's all I can say. They missed out. But it is. All right. So we got South Florida in here. Let's see. What's up? Is that Jonna? Is that how you say that? Here, just signed up for editing. Excited to finally.
Yeah, we're so excited to have you.
What's that?
I said we're so excited to have you. We've spoken. So
okay. Is it Jana? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, I believe so. Hopefully I'm saying that right. That's how I've been saying your name. So if I'm saying it wrong, correct me now.
Jana. Very nice. Living in Los Angeles, California. Let's see. What is this new YouTube algorithm?
It's ever evolving. There's no such thing as a brand new algorithm. I'll tell you that. I think that's like the hot catchphrase that everybody uses to like bring you in when it comes to like marketing materials. Like there's a brand new YouTube algorithm. Get ready. It's not like, you know, an ultimate reset. They're always improving it. And I would say in a word, it's always customer experience. So anytime that they see some room to create a better customer experience, they're going to add a little tweak to one thing or another. But I can definitely tell you it's not a brand new algorithm. It's something that's been built on for a long time. So as long as you're tweaking and always improving, your channel is going to improve too. So you're not going to be shadow banned or whatever, as long as you're following the rules.
Yeah, I think the algorithm has always really been make good content, you know, because the fun here, I mean, here's really the funny thing about it is what I've learned more and more is as much as we coach and train to search based and the algorithm on that side of it, anything can happen still. You know, I've seen things, I've seen videos rank that, you know, have 0 SEO, you know, because there is the factor of watch time. I mean, that is a big factor, watch time. So if people are watching 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100% of a video, then I've seen some of those things, you know, I mean, search not really, or as far as SEO, not really matter. But I think for us with as creators and real estate agents, which is really hyper niched, and that's what we're focused on is hyper niche content in particular cities. I think we have to do the things we do because, and also, you know, like myself, I'm not coming to YouTube with the name. You know, that's the thing is someone looks at Alex Hermosi or something. Alex Hermosi, not really optimizing his videos, but he's been in business for 10 years, started to make a significant name for himself. So whenever he popped onto YouTube, it was almost like an immediate draw of audience. And then, you know, then it started to just exponentially grow from there. And it was something that he never focused on as a personal brand over the last 10 years of his career. But he was very well known in the business spaces and finally decided maybe a year and a half ago, maybe is the time frame that he jumped on, but his personal brand was pretty well established in that category. So he came on and immediately, you know, attracted a pretty good sized following and went from there. He's probably not, I haven't looked at his SEO though, but it's probably not 100% dialed in. But the thing is that you can, looking at shorts, who is it? Denver. It seems like Google algorithm really pushes shorts, but I cannot change thumbnails. Do you know if when they'll allow updates for the thumbnails for shorts? Yeah, I mean, shorts are their own beast as well. I mean, that's something that you know, we've posted consistently on this channel on shorts, and it's completely up and down. Now they are search based. Actually, we just included a chapter about that in our book about what we've learned on that over the last year and a half experimenting and over the changes that they implemented in November. But overall, you know, if you're starting out with no name and hyper niched like we're doing in real estate, then that's why we're optimizing everything around search. But ultimately, it does come down to making good videos, making good content, you know, being a little bit interesting, a little bit, you know, having some personality in there, not being stiff as a board or, I mean, and you may be in the first few videos, but you want to really work through that and work on you know, adapting that. And then also just thinking about how you can do better on your next videos. That's something that Sean Cannell says all the time, you know, improve 1% on your video every single time. So, and Zach is here.
Just to answer your question about the thumbnails, though, I think they're testing what it's like to not allow people to touch the thumbnails because you used to be able to adjust that. So I think it's just one of those items that they're testing. They haven't announced them coming back with that, but it's not off the table that they bring that back. It has been there before.
Yep. And I had, and somebody posted the other day on Instagram, they're like, look what happens when I log into YouTube. And they pulled up their phone and they're logging into YouTube and they're scrolling. They're like, I have 0 shorts. It was all long form content. They were saying YouTube is switching back to long form content. And I'm like, okay, let me log in my phone. I log in and I scroll, not even a full page or two. And there was the shorts section, right? So shorts are becoming searchable now these days, and they can pop up as search results. So it's that is I would say anchoring in search, in the SEO, in the data of that is still a good foundation for what we're doing. We're not Mr. Beast. We're not trying to get 80 million views every video. Would be nice, but I'm not sure if that would translate to business either. But the thing is that we're not going for that. I mean, Mr. Beast is, he's going for those shock factors, those wows. I mean, if you read YouTube formula, they've got like 8 thumbnails ready to go. And if a video doesn't start taking off in the first 30 minutes or an hour, like they'll switch out a thumbnail or change it. I mean, they're trying to trying to work that in one way or another. And they know, I mean, Mr. Beast now, of course, he's going to get put on the homepage pretty much everywhere. So it's one of those things where it's you can look at, if you look at their defined terms or in their, algorithm really means audience. That's what you want to think about. Algorithm really means audience. And ultimately, if the viewer has a good experience, watches a majority of the video, and now they're starting to do surveys, you'll see that. If you ever watch a video now, keep an eye out. You'll start to see. I got a survey. I watched one video, and on the bottom of it, it was like, how did this video make you feel? I mean, I was like, really? And it had some options that I should have screenshotted that, because it was something that I just felt was completely unrelated to, I'm like, I'm watching a real estate video. I don't know. I'm watching,
trying to tap into your emotional side.
Yeah. I'm watching like some, multifamily invest in apartments or something like that. Like I'm watching about buying 300 units. And then at the end, it's like, how did this video make you feel? Sad, semi-sad, neutral, happy. And it was just very weird. I was like, So I know, a while ago they're switching to more of this user experience, and you'll see that in surveys, but I don't answer the surveys just because I don't know. I don't like to play that game. I'm like, I'm going to search for the video content I want. I'm subscribed to the channels I want to see. And I get caught on the homepage sometimes, but I'm really just kind of looking at thumbnails from a creator standpoint, a producer versus a consumer. So I'll thumb around on there, but ultimately I'm going to go to the destination where I'm going. Shorts, I wish I could tell you, because again, on our shorts, we'll get 200 views, and then we get 2,000, and then we get 200 views, then we get 2,000, then we get 200 views, then we get 1.7, then we get 200 views, and then we'll get 4,500. I mean, it's extremely sporadic. I couldn't even really tell you, other than, now here's the other thing is, again, this is something we've been discussing quite frequently, especially with my content, is all my short form content is repurposed. It is me doing this. It is me speaking. It is me coaching. It is me answering questions at conferences. It's all repurposed. I'm not looking directly at that camera, giving some sort of educational nugget directly to the viewer, which I believe that is what generates the most amount of engagement and opportunity to go out. So that's something that we're going to start working on, changing that up. And it's just, I work on so much long form content. It's convenient for me. So I'm not saying it's the right thing to do, but it's convenient for me to just have all that stuff repurposed. But it's not that difficult. I just got to sit down for a half a day or something. I could easily pop out 30 reels. I could probably do that within 2 or 3 hours, probably 2 hours. I could easily pop out. I mean, just because I'm comfortable with it, I'm familiar. And so I just need the topics, and I could spit that out, and we could we could go from there. So 85 here in Denver and snow on Saturday. Nice.
Sounds like the Rocky Mountains.
Yeah. Brad, how did you know YouTube was the way to go? I didn't. It was actually my last choice. So when I started out, it was Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I really started to research those platforms first, just because that's where most agents were at. It's funny. Even if you look at the stats on NAR, about what agents use, social media platforms and everything like that, they don't even talk about YouTube at all. Yeah, still that barcode still, I thought I'd try it again. It keeps refreshing. So it keeps taking me to a weird page. But whenever YouTube, what happened was, so I didn't know YouTube was the way to go, but really what I started to do is because we're with EXP, and so I started to think, okay, well, I started to look at, and I'm in a Facebook group where they're always publishing like the top attractors in EXP. And when I say by top attractors, that means people that the agents that have brought in the most agents over to EXP. And we can partner with agents in all the countries that EXP is approved of, which is 25 countries right now. We have a worldwide organization, so we've got people in Canada and the UK and Australia and places like that in our organization that we've attracted, or somebody in our team has attracted. And so when I didn't really find my footing with Instagram, I didn't try to publish. I just researched Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok, and I just didn't really see something there that excited me. I didn't see anything that I was interested in. I didn't hear of a lot of agents really turning over significant business from it. And so I was kind of like, I mean, every agent was like getting 20,000 followers on TikTok, but I wasn't really hearing of anybody really doing significant business. Maybe some transactions here or there, but it wasn't anything that got me excited. So I'm in this Facebook group, and they're always posting like the top attractors. Some would call them recruiters, people that bring people to EXP. And there's people that have brought in 100+ people. And then I saw this one girl pop up, came out of nowhere, and she had brought over like 125 people. And I just noticed all the people and I was like, how did she do that? She's been in the company for like 3 or 4 months. And then I looked at everybody else, and I saw people like Kyle Handy and Ricky Caruth and a few others. And I was like, what's going on with those guys? And what happened was I started looking them up, and I saw that they had pretty strong presence on YouTube. And they've been creating content consistent. I mean, Ricky's about to break 100,000 subs. Kyle, I think I just saw him post like he just broke 30,000 subs. So, and, GoGo was this other one that I knew she had done things through Facebook mostly, but again, through social. This other girl, Chauncey was her name. She's actually here in Dallas too. And, whenever I asked around about her, I was like, how did she bring all these people? They're like, YouTube. I was like, well, okay, maybe YouTube's the way to go. And then I do what I always do, which is I buy books, and I bought some Instagram and TikTok marketing books, but again, nothing really excited me. So I bought like 8 different YouTube marketing books, and YouTube Secrets was one of them. So as I started to read YouTube Secrets, that was the one. The other 7 were not that great, really not that great. But YouTube Secrets really just kind of helped me understand that YouTube's a search engine, not a social platform. And Benji had actually, the co-author of YouTube Secrets, had created a real estate channel in 2009. So he could be the OG of YouTube for real estate because he talked about this, that he was a struggling real estate agent doing 10 deals a year, about to quit because, he wasn't really making enough to support his family, to landing the HUD contract for the Pacific Northwest in the next year, and because of his YouTube channel in 9. So think about that. He was making videos about local market, things like that. And he got the HUD contract. He ended up selling over 100 homes the next year. Now that was mainly because of the HUD contract, but HUD found him because of his YouTube channel. Why they were searching on YouTube, who knows? But that's where it stemmed. And so that's how that came about. So then I thought, okay, YouTube's the way to go. So, I thought I have a better understanding. I didn't really say, okay, YouTube's the way. I just thought, oh, YouTube, this sounds like something I could do. And I didn't want to, actually, I was a little apprehensive to go onto Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and do what everybody said, which was like announce I'm a real estate agent now and, call me to buy, sell, or invest. And none of that appealed to me. I think that's another reason I was completely turned off from those platforms, because I was like, oh my God, all my friends and family are going to see me now, posting pointy videos going like this, time to buy a home. Here's what you need. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding for anybody that did that. No. So it was just, it was a whole series of events that, but I'm serious. I mean, that sort of stuff, I was like, I just didn't see myself really making those types of videos. So yeah. And that was it. And I really didn't want to get out there and tell all my friends and family, oh, I'm a real estate agent now. So I was looking for ways not to do that. And then I thought, when I realized YouTube's a search engine, and I thought, none of my friends or family, I'm not going to show up in anybody's feed. Nobody's going to know. I can create search-based content that actual people are searching for, and nobody will ever know. And that's the thing. That's funny. I got onto YouTube, and my friends and family, nobody knew. Nobody knew until it was cool, right? Then once it became cool, or I became cool because I was on YouTube. But you're only cool on YouTube whenever you start getting some followers, right? Get some subscribers. You're not cool on YouTube if if you don't have a lot of subscribers. So now that doesn't mean you can't turn over business, which we did sooner rather than later. But the thing is I think there is, once you hit 1,000 subs, that's kind of like the credibility mark. I mean, just getting that little K on your channel really, I think just kind of steps it up a notch. But we did plenty of business well before we had 1,000 subscribers. So the viewers and your people watching your channel aren't necessarily looking at those types of things. Anyways, that was a very long answer for that one. But if you don't have many transactions under your belt, what do you suggest for a smooth transaction closing? Understanding YouTube gets the clients, but it doesn't end there. We want to close too. Yeah, get a transaction coordinator. Number one, get a zero cost transaction coordinator. Number one, that means somebody that will do the as soon as you get them under contract, they'll handle everything until closing, and they'll take payment at closing. So, people say I can't afford this, or I can't hire this. No, you can hire a transaction coordinator, and there's plenty of them that will take payment at closing. And like ours is added to the DA. So their funds are just automatically distributed at closing. But the other thing we do is that there's zero cost for us, because we pass that transaction cost to the buyer. So we put that in their special provisions. So our transaction coordinator is $350. So instead of her billing us, it gets billed to the client at closing, comes out of their proceeds. So we have a transaction coordinator for free. But whenever we started, then and she gets paid at closing. So she gets paid by the buyer at closing, or the seller. We have the seller pay for them, either way. So that's how we zero cost that out, and they can handle all of that, and they'll be a professional. So if you've never done a closing, all you got to do is write the contract. You can get anybody to help you write a contract, and then your transaction coordinator will take over from there. I want to be the Levi, and I want to find a Travis. I have no idea where to find a good partner. Well, first of all, stop saying I have no idea where to find a good partner, right? I believe I believe in, law of attraction, but you got to work at the same time, right? I don't believe in just manifesting on the couch. I believe you speak these types of things. Actually, I was on a call this morning, and somebody who's an actress, she started talking about her resume. Like, she's been in over 100 commercials, 65 appearances on TV, but yada, yada, very extensive. And then she was like, I cannot film a video to save my life. And I was like, what's the problem? And she's like, well, I'm just used to having, a director and someone there telling me what to do and action and cut. And then she goes, I'm at home right now, trying to do that on my own. Then I'm sitting there trying to edit, and I was like, well, that's a big problem right there, because as far as I know, Sandra Bullock never edited a single one of her films. And if I had to do that, I would have quit as well. So that is a problem. And I said, look, if you think you don't have the budget right now, this is what I said is go through your bank statement for the last 30 days and look at all the crazy stuff you buy or pay for on a reoccurring. I just did this with our ops manager. I mean, scared the crap out of me. I found a few $1,000s of stuff that it's like all these $25 charges add up. At first when you sign up for stuff, it's like, oh, $25 a month, no problem. Oh, $27 a month. Okay. Oh, $32 a month. I'm rich. No problem. I can handle that. Well, guess what? All that stuff adds up. And we found and I found stuff that was supposed to be canceled like months ago, and we're still getting charged. So things that you thought were canceled, or you called in, or you submitted to be canceled. So I was like, look, you got to get editing off your plate, and you've got to find the money. Don't say I can't afford that. Start asking yourself, how do I find that? Where do I put myself? Where can I find the money for that? And the first place is look in your own expenses, your own spend to find the money. So when you want to find a good partner, don't say I have no idea where to find a good partner. Say, I'm going to keep an eye out for a good partner. I'm going to keep an eye out, I'm going to always think about that. And so now when you're out networking, I was at my friend's house randomly. That's where I randomly met Travis. But what do? We size up people sometimes, right? Met him, got initial first impression. We hung out there maybe just an hour, and that was it. That's the initial reaction. He ended up reaching out to me later because he wanted help on YouTube. And that's where we started to talk and get to know each other more. So you never know. People could be anywhere. I mean, maybe you go over to watch the game at a friend's house, and I mean, they could just, you don't have to, say, hey, I don't know where to find them. Just start thinking, I'm going to keep my eye out for the right person. That's what I'd say. And then also, if you find a couple of agents that you like, or you've transacted with that are cool as well, you could always approach them and say, hey, I've got some referrals. Again, everybody can start out as a referral partner. So this one's for you, Chrissy.
Premiere Pro. Yep, we like Adobe Premiere Pro. I've never used DaVinci Resolve, so I couldn't tell you how it compares. But Premiere Pro, we like it just because it has a lot of extra features for color correction and sound regulation and things like that. So that's what I usually recommend. But I have heard people use DaVinci Resolve before, and it works for them. So if you're determined to do your own editing, then it's probably going to be fine.
Yep. All right, let me try to get through these real quick. We've got some channels to look at. Why did you choose EXP? That's a great question. I'll give you the skinny. Actually, that friend's house where I met Travis at, he's been this is the guy, Michael, that has been trying to get me into real estate since 2002. All right. So he's been trying to recruit me for 20 years. He started out with KW, Keller Williams. And we've been friends for the last 20 years. We actually sold gym memberships together at Bally Total Fitness. And he moved over to EXP, I don't know, 2018 or maybe 2018, 2019. Again, I wasn't even in real estate at that time. So for me, it was, he's someone I've always looked up to, respected. And I just figured, Michael, if he's there, if he's at EXP, it has to be good, because he had been in the business for 15 years, top producer, him and his business partner, Jay Kinder. And so it was just it was really because they were there. But at the same time, I looked at the business model, and the business model made sense to me. I didn't see really any other brokerages at that time that had anything like that, especially with the stock awards, rev share. Last year we made over 6 figures just on the revenue share side. We did very well with the stock. The stock's just awarded to us based on our everyday transactions. But the main reason too is because we understood we could build a worldwide organization like we have now. That's what funds the revenue share. And we're able to partner with people all over the US, Canada, Mexico, the UK, Australia, every approved country that EXP is in. We can bring them into the brokerage, coach, train. We provide everything that we have at no cost except for editing. And they get access to our course, our coaching, our cell phones, all of that. And that's what we're looking for. We're looking for ways to partner with people to help them out. So, but there's a link in the description below. If you want to discuss that any further, you feel free to book a call. We'd be happy to chat about that. So yes and yes. All right. We got Utah in the house. Okay. Let me stop there. Let me pull up a couple of channels, see what I can find. And why did those not send to me? Can you put it in the private chat, Chrissy?
Mm-hmm.
Can you put those links in there?
Or I could try texting them to you, or I could put them in Facebook Messenger.
Okay.
Well, let's do that.
I know you love Messenger.
We message on every platform. It's all good. I shoot it over to you. Here's the first one.
Let me go back to some chat. You sent that to me on Messenger?
Yeah, first one I did. I'll send you the other two in just a sec.
Did you message my personal account or my business account?
Good question. It's the first one that popped up. Let me check again.
Is it my casual picture or my professional picture? Let's see. I wanted to do some of the what does 400K buy in city state, but it seems like if a listing is set up as any broker advertised no, then it is impossible. Okay, you could do sold homes. I mean, you could just walk around, walk on the neighborhood. I mean, this is something that it doesn't have to be listed. It could be sold. And you could, if you're walking in the neighborhood, you could say, hey, that, recent home sold here for this amount. There they are. Okay. Joshua, is that one of them? No.
No, I think we had Jessica Anderson is the first one. I just sent it to you.
Okay. I already did Joshua.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me blow this up a little bit. Yeah, you could do sold homes. Seems like using the pics, even if crediting the website, can also be a situation where you can be fined. Okay, yeah, I mean, do what's right for your state, of course. And yeah, I mean, if that's not okay in your state, then how do we do these vids? That's how you do it. So, I mean, if you can't use pics, don't use pictures. And then also, use sold homes if you want. Or don't talk about any home at all. Just tour the neighborhood and say, homes in this neighborhood go for, at the lowest, $400,000. Well, if you're doing what does 400K get you, clearly you're in a neighborhood that's, you know, 400 to 500,000. So you could say homes in this neighborhood range from 4 to 460, and walk around the neighborhood. No, nobody can keep you from doing that.
I mean, I've heard of a lot of people who actually reach out to the agent too, the listing agent, because a lot of times you're helping promote their listing for free. And so they're more than happy to share those pictures with you. So in that case, you could also reach out to them and actually ask for the pictures or the right to use them.
Yeah. Yeah, they should be a lot more open to that these days too, especially if listings are sitting a little bit on the market. So,
yep.
So let's see here. Did we make this banner?
I don't think so.
Okay. Okay, I would just say initially. Oops. Let me see. I would just say we need outline. Again, I'm sorry. I'm going to be a little picky, but a little outline just because.
It's hard to see against that blue.
The light blue and this color orange, they are contrasting, but the orange is light enough to where it's just a little bit of a blend. So if you just did like a black outline, at least that would definitely separate it. I mean, I'm not really a big fan of the orange. That orange coloring. I would like something a little bit more rich, I guess would be the word. I mean, this seems a little bit too light in my opinion, but it's completely up to you. So I don't want to discourage you from that. I mean, the ever popular white line around you, I think, also adds some nice separation. Just something to recommend, but still, especially when you have a shaded background, something like that. Same thing on the white lettering. If you added a black outline or a dark blue or navy or something like that, it just makes it stand out just a little bit better. So, but otherwise, I mean, you got everything what you need front and center. This is where it would cut off about for mobile. This looks a little long over here.
Yeah, I was going to say that does look like it might get cut off a little bit. You might just want to shift that a little bit to the left.
Yeah, I would check that. I would check that on mobile. So just to my eyeballs, I don't know. It looks like it might cut off.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Somewhere around there. Oh, so. So yeah, you have let's meet in person. We like to just include on Zoom just to clarify. So maybe
very specific
on Zoom, yeah. And I don't know, who knows what they might be thinking of there. And then of course you've got plenty of opportunity right here. So this is something. This is what I call dead space, or it probably is just called dead space. I'm sure I'm not the only one that calls it that. But dead space where it's usable space. It's dead space now, but it's usable space. So something right there. I mean, with our banner we have the U.S. people moving in. Denver's a great relocation market, so you could do something just like what we have done. And that would work out. Your picture right here, I would go with a different background. I would change the color just because this color blends with your hair. Your hair is very blonde. And I can understand. My hair is very blonde in the summertime too. In the winter, it's very strawberry. But I would choose a different background. Maybe you could even go with the same blue, light blue, just something to break it up a little bit there. So that's what I would do there. And those are just aesthetics on there. So that's something I would look at. Let's see here. Let's see. You start out, you have an intro video, it looks like. Let me see. It's only 43 seconds. You want to think about
I would personally say, just from my first glance, that that's not enough of you. And that, I mean, I usually prefer just using some type of content that you've created, like your best performing content should go there instead, in my personal opinion. But for people who really want to have some type of intro video there, I don't feel like they see enough of you. So ultimately they're really not going to put a face to the name. There's a lot of like stock footage and things like that. And that seems a little bit impersonal to be the first thing that somebody sees when they come to your channel. That's my gut feeling looking at that.
Yeah, I would definitely use one of the pros and cons video. Anything. I mean, that's just what we recommend. Yeah, using one of your current videos. I would put. Where's your recent videos? I would put recent videos here. You've got popular, so what's the recent video? Okay. Alrighty, let's see here. Did we like make her one thumbnail for her?
These it looks like these ones are all her.
Well, that maybe she just used the same font. Yeah, I mean, I know that. I'm just saying. I'm like, it looks like we made it.
You got some variety in there. We'll give you that. That's for sure.
Yeah, I would. I would just look at enhancing the colors on these for sure. I mean, it's a gray sky back there, plus it's like a white house. It kind of blends a little bit. So, I mean, the arrows, I'd probably get rid of that, and just the straight banner down there. You can see the bungalow is kind of cut off by the time. So, typically we like you a lot bigger if you can. I mean, that's a better size right there. I mean, we're going with the same pose in a lot of these, like this one has a little variety there, which is good. And this one too, a little variety. But we're seeing kind of the same ones over and over again and different sizes. And if you just look, it's like you can see all the different thumbnails. All the different thumbnails are really, really different. So let me see. Whoop.
Yeah, we try not to have the same pose too many times in a row, because otherwise it just looks like, you use the same pose over and over again. And it becomes white noise. I mean, you have to think of how when you're trying to capture somebody's eye on YouTube, you really have a very limited amount of time just to even capture somebody's attention. So if somebody's seeing the exact same thing in their brain, the same pose, they're going to think it's the same video, even if everything else looks completely different. A lot of times with you being kind of the center point of that video, it's going to become white noise to somebody, especially if you're using it multiple times in a row. Now, if you used it twice in a row, maybe not so much, but if that's your entire channel, it's going to look like white noise to people.
Yeah, so just keep in mind real quick too. I mean, if you, just let's look at ours for example, that you're seeing consistency, but a good variety as well. So clearly, we're doing kind of a theme on some of these home tours, but also right next to it, like these two came out, but different sky, and clearly that's not the real sky, back here. So it's enhanced a little bit, gives it some color pop. This one is the real sky, but it's definitely saturated a little bit. The glare on those windows looks amazing. That's a really good one. I mean, this one, the sky's enhanced. I mean, look at, this is a better performing one right here. I like this with the question mark for the price point. So we didn't put the price in there. Or in the title. So that was a good test. And you can see we're doing different screenshots, something we're testing out right now as well, just actual screenshots or freeze frame, you could say, from the video versus just straight. And these are some of the more popular ones. So this one, 11,000 views in 3 months, 5,000 in 2 months, 3.3 in 2 months. 2.8 1 month ago. But you can clearly read all the lettering. You can see all the numbers. And here we've got some shorts included in here. So I'm not sure why that's registering on this page.
Yeah.
Let me see. That's weird.
Well, I think you have it on a playlist where it's showing all of the videos.
I just have it on videos. That shouldn't.
Oh, it's latest. That's why it's just showing everything. because you're showing it by when it was uploaded.
Yeah, but it shouldn't show shorts because shorts are separated.
Oh, I was looking in the wrong spot. Yeah, that is weird.
So
I don't know why it's showing there.
I'm not sure why this is.
Yeah, that's not showing as a short. It's registered as a long form for some reason. That's weird.
Yeah, those are supposed to be. So I'm not sure what's going on there. Anyways, I would just say, I would want to enhance colors on this one a little bit. I mean, this freezes that stuff. So whenever it's a little dull. I would say you're a little small, so I would increase a little bit. Or, if you want to feature this home really, you might even go with no face. You could try that. I would thumbnail or I would A/B test yourself and without, but then also I would enhance. If you can enhance the sky a little bit back here, and then also like every space, all space on the thumbnail matters. So like down here, like heading up to the stairs, even, I mean, almost this much you could cut off, to where the base of the house, you're not losing much if you were to move this down and give yourself more sky, because sky is a pretty good attractor on these thumbnails. Like this one's pretty, this one's nice and bright, but the black on this color is difficult. It's just not a good combination. I would rather you have, it just needs a different color. White would probably be better, but then we have way too much text here on top of it. So,
which makes the background confusing. So you really can't even tell what's behind that, which is going to turn somebody off immediately.
Okay, so this is lake, farmhouse, industrial, because like I have a city in the background. That's something else I'm just a little confused about. Like I'm city, but then I see lake and I see farmhouse and industrial. So let me see, renovated bungalow in the Denver Highlands. Sloan's Lake. I guess that's the neighborhood. Sloan's Lake, farmhouse, industrial. So it's a renovated bungalow in Denver. I don't know. I'm just a little confused there, I guess. So Sloan's Lake, and I'm not familiar with the suburbs, which again, you want to think about somebody, coming to the channel. So farmhouse, industrial, definitely a oxymoron. It's like farmhouse, industrial. Now that could get me interested to figure out what's going on there. But I would, if it's a renovated bungalow, I would imagine it looks cool. So maybe a picture of that house. Yeah, see,
that's a really cool house.
And that could be a thumbnail right there. You've got a nice blue sky. You've got a unique looking house. Clearly it's new construction in between the little, the older homes right there. But that to me would be a better thumbnail just right there. And then you've got nice blue sky to put some of your text. You could put some of your text over here, or, you could have yourself right here to cover up this house. So here's you. There's you, covers that up. And then you could, have the text, you have this space. I would enhance this grass. I mean, you would make this grass look a lot greener. You could do that. The sky maybe even a little bit bluer. And then you have this big tree. So you could have some sort of text right there, something intriguing, but then that way the house becomes the focal point. The sky is a nice backdrop. You've got you there to cover up this side. So these are just things you want to think about. Let me see. And this video is 1:26. I mean, I just think that's it's way too short for a long form video. I mean, if you could chop this down to a minute and make it a short, great. But then I think if you're going to be inside here, you've got to tour the property. You've got to be on camera. That's just my opinion. Or you need to do a more detailed walkthrough. If you're not, because I have seen this work with agents that don't go on camera. They tour the house, but it takes them 15 minutes to get through the house. And they're walking through and they're narrating that. So that's something you want to think about. Looks like a super cool house. And you got to point out all of these features. Let me see. Yeah, I mean, this should be a short. This should be a 60 second.
Agreed. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so
Yeah, especially with as quick as it's moving too. I mean, it's just, this is really made more for short form instead. Yeah.
what was that? Was that Freddie Mercury?
See, and yeah, for a listing video like that, I wouldn't recommend using overlays like that either. I mean, this is the type of thing where you're, just quickly showing something. Adding the overlay may just throw somebody off in a situation like this.
Well, okay, yeah, that's why I was like, wait, did
Yeah.
I didn't get the context there. So,
Yeah.
oh, she's saying click the link.
Yeah, and we don't recommend doing cards either. Cards are really not it pulls people away from the video, and actually it makes people leave and never come back. And your goal is to get them through the entire video and then go organically to the next video. So I would recommend doing that instead.
Yeah, like this should have been on the main tour right there. We didn't even really get a good look inside there. So, okay, I'm starting to wonder now. Are you in any of the videos? That's cool. I mean, these homes are cool. I just think you got to be in there. Oh, there are you. There you are. There you are. All right, she does exist. Starting to wonder. So there. Let me see. All right.
You've got some good optimization going there, except for the title is poorly optimized. So I definitely go back. You're not using enough of your characters. I've kind of noticed that with a couple of your videos too. You're barely using any of your characters. So definitely try to maximize that and put as many relevant keywords and key phrases into that as possible.
Yeah, definitely optimize around Bonnie Bray, Denver, Colorado. Bonnie Bray neighborhood in Denver, Colorado, moving, living. I mean, yeah, there's definitely a lot more that can be used there. So I'm wondering if that's why it's just not pulling up.
Yep.
Or getting the views, because it's not bad. Again, 250, I'm going to say it's way too short.
Mm-hmm.
And you pop on at the beginning, but it looks like another narration video. That's a cool house. So I'm not saying that can't work, but I just think that there needs to be some more content to it as well. So, all right. Well, so I think hopefully that helps out. Hopefully, oh, she said I made the banner. I'm not attracted. I'm not attached to orange. Okay. Got it. Okay. Narrating with voiceover. Yeah. Makes sense. Okay. So she is just mainly narrating. I just think, it's always going to be better if you're in there.
Yep.
So let me see. Forest not. Oh, and something else real quick is I would go back. I would add the videos to be at the front so they see your front facing videos, your most, and then maybe
Mm-hmm.
pop videos. So you'll see how we have. So see, if somebody comes to my channel, this is what's going to play automatically.
It's just better to jump them right into your content, because that's really what they're looking for, right? They don't really care about you, unfortunately, until they've gotten to know you through your videos, and then they care about you, but they really don't care about you, and they care about moving to your area and if you're going to be able to serve them. And so, giving them an about you sometimes will just be a turnoff for people that are just trying to get to information.
Yep. All right, let's see what Forrest has to say. All right, so Forrest, I mean, I know you're in the program, so this is just something I want to be mindful of. I would flip flop. I'd put videos on top, shorts on bottom, and this is what we call the premature sales pitch, right? And so I'm coming first time to the channel, and you're like, okay, well, let's book a call, and that's cool. And I think this is where it's agents, mortgage brokers, a lot of people, you miss that opportunity to just get them hooked up into one of your videos, just as we mentioned. So I may start that out differently too. I may be like, what is a Cal FHA? I mean, because I have no idea what that is. And I mean, it kind of says it in your title, but I would also create some sort of intrigue in there as well. But this is also something we talk about this in the program, especially for mortgage brokers. We talk about this in the book too, that this is where mortgage brokers typically, when they start educating on mortgages or loans, you have to think about this. Typically, if somebody's watching that, they're probably already under contract with somebody else, because most people don't start out their home buying process that way, trying to figure out what's the best loan for them. They're trying to figure out where's the best place to move, what's the best neighborhood, what's the best area. And so if you capture them with that whenever they come to the channel, which is, so here's mortgage hacks. Most people are not looking for mortgage hacks. That's just not what they're like, hey, it's time. Hey, honey, it's time to buy a house. What's the best way we can hack our way through mortgages, right? So I'm not saying this content is not beneficial. I think it's better later on, way later on. We capture people in the research phase. That's why the method that we talk about is really powerful, because we capture people before they've decided to hire a real estate agent or a mortgage broker. And that's the most powerful thing for mortgage brokers, because typically they're relying on agents to refer them business, or spending money on advertising or networking, and that takes you're either dependent on other people, or you're outputting your time or money elsewhere. Where here, again, educating people on the neighborhoods, the areas, that's what they want to know first. And whenever they come here, and the first thing they see is like, hey, let's get you pre-approved, get on my calendar. Well, I don't know you yet. I don't know you. I'm not familiar with you. I don't know if I want to jump on your calendar. I'm trying to figure out what's the best area for me and my family. What's the safest area? What has the best schools? What has the best athletic programs? That type of stuff. So I want to use that to the advantage. Now you're getting some traction on a couple of your shorts. Again, like we talked about earlier, this is the issue. 200 views and then 1.5 thousand. So all the shorts look good. I mean, hey, handsome fellow, looking good. I mean, all the shorts look good. And that works. I think that's appropriate like that. Those types of tips are pretty good. And so that could work too. But I would think with your long form content, which we really don't have much on here. All right. So we got Cal FHA, we've got mortgage hacks, we've got a short that went a little too long, and we have Meet You. So nothing really there in the description. I would describe what your channel is about. So I would just focus on this. He's in our program, right, Chrissy? See, yep.
I know that he's in the course. I'm not sure if he's in the editing program or not.
Oh, Oh, he says, oh, hold on. He says, thanks. These were not intended to grow my YouTube. These were actually for realtor trainings requested from realtor partners. I just joined your program a couple of days ago to start. And oh, okay. All right. Well, that makes sense. Because I know you got these from inside of our program. So I was like, okay, well, he's just going through it. Okay. Well, all right. Well, we're gonna discuss all that in the program. So you'll get that. So we'll jump over to the next one. Which is Brooke. Oh, Brooke. Oh, your picture looks very familiar to me. Okay. Yeah, Forrest, you'll be fine. I mean, you got a good look. I love the shorts, the look there. Clearly you got a nice background. Everything looks pretty much dialed in. I think once you go through the program, you're going to see everything that you need to do there. I've got a hard stop here pretty soon. Brooke. All right, Brooke. Okay. I'm going to assume Brooke has not gone through our program either yet. He's
in the program, but yes, I mean, that's possible. I'm not 100% sure how far he's gotten through that.
Okay. Yeah, we might want to, maybe we need to clarify for people that have completed as well, because it's just going to answer so many questions for them as well.
Yeah.
But I'm going to just go here and say, I mean, man, there's a lot going on. He's the moving realtor. I mean, you're branded. Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah, you're branded. That's I mean, it's hilarious. I like it. So, okay. Well, yeah, he's okay. So he's in here too now. Just starting out. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot. I could spend a lot on here, but I think you're gonna learn all of that through, through the program. We're gonna walk you through all these steps, and you'll see how to make adjustments. So there's just a lot. There's a lot going on here. Again, under a minute, long form video. I just think it's better if you produce the content. I don't know if that is a brokerage sponsored video or something that they gave you. Interviews, we don't recommend that unless it's like with your business partner and you guys are talking like a market. I mean, if you look at our lives, we'll go back and we talk to each other. These versus series have been pretty good. So we have like a group discussion, so, we had Juan from Tampa on. And so we're talking about differences between, and that's a lot more interesting, like just banter discussion back and forth versus just like straight interview style or interviewing local business owners or something like that. I mean, this is where we're talking, and because clearly somebody that's, this is geared towards relocation, because somebody might be considering the difference between Dallas and Tampa, right? Dallas and Houston, we've done that. Dallas and California. So we get on here and we chat it up and see what's the similarities, what's the differences, and that just makes it a little bit more interesting for people. Yeah. So we're talking about market stats, data, things like that. So making grapes.
Yeah, this would be better in a shorts format if you're highlighting a local business or something like that. I wouldn't recommend as a long form video.
This one's 8 minutes, so it's a vertical video that's 8 minutes. Oh wait, no. Oh, that just was the intro.
Yeah. It's not really real estate related. I mean,
that looks. It looks good. The finished product looks good. I don't know, looking at your bare feet mashing grapes. I don't know if I'd go there. This is some random stuff on there. I just cleaned this up. Of course, thumbnails are going to be a big deal. I mean, you'll get through all that. He just got in again.
You'll add new videos to this, and this will be like a brand new channel.
Yeah, I think I love and I'm passionate about real estate. Okay, I mean, I think the banner's the best thing going here. I would change out the picture here. And I'd probably even enhance, I'd probably darken some of these colors a little bit. Maybe that blue, I don't know. That could be your colors, but otherwise it looks good. I like the banner. That's cool. Definitely branded there.
So, I will say it's probably a little bit too busy. I mean, the colors I like, but I would say I don't even know where my eye is supposed to go when I look at this. So and we talk about that in the course and how to improve that. So I think a lot of elements you can keep, but maybe just simplifying it just a little bit is going to help you get more attention on where, you want people to actually click. So.
Okay. That's how I make homemade grape juice. Okay, cool. All right. Well, there you go. Okay, well, I think that's all I have time for today. I've got a hard stop. I'm about to go on IG Live. I'm doing some presentation tomorrow, so that's going to be cool. So I think we kind of hit everything in there, right?
Yeah, for the most part. I think that was most of the questions that we had. A lot of them are just like, okay, great, thanks, this is great. So I don't think we have any major questions. Yeah.
Okay. All right, guys. Well, hopefully that was helpful. And sorry, I've got a hard stop. So we will see you next week.
See you guys.